All right, welcome to the stream. Off screen, I did a bit of work setting up a shared activity. So any activity in the system, eventually, right now it's just notes, but you can get a note and you can share a link to it. I'm going to just show how this looks right now. If my keyboard work. All right. So if you go into your activities, you can come in here and I've got a note and I can click on share. I can create a link. I can expire this. So if I load this over here, it's going to say it's no longer available. If I restore it, it's going to now show me the view of it. So you can share this and use it publicly or whatever. If I come in here and I edit hello world and update the note, over here nothing happens, which is fine. But if I refresh, now it's updated. I'd like to be a little bit better. So with that, we're going to hook up turbo streams. That way we can turbo stream broadcasts. That way we can make that be just a little bit better. So what we are looking at, we'll close all the tabs. So if we go into our views, this is the share link show. All right, so what's happening here is if the link is active, then we use that polymorphic render to spit out whatever we're looking at, and we're using a share partial suffix, which doesn't really matter too much. And if it's not available, then we spit out the error message. So this is kind of what things look like. And yeah, that's fine. I'll leave it like this for now. This screen's a little bit ugly, especially in the not available situation. Okay, so what we want to be able to do here is we want to do turbo. Actually, let me pull up. Turbo stream. It's going to be turbo stream from Rails. Let's take a quick look at the helper for this. So turbo stream from whatever we're streaming from in the attributes. So that would look something like this. So if we do turbo stream from, so what do we want to stream from? So we don't want to do the share link itself, because that's not the thing that's going to be kind of updating. The activity is the kind of the container that connects it to different stuff. So that's actually not what we're doing. We actually want to be streaming from the source. So that's the actual thing that's going to be getting updated. There's a few ways that this could probably we might be able to hook into this activity, because if you update the note, it's going to touch the activity. So we probably could work around it, but for now we'll just do this. That's the thing that we're directly wanting to stream from. So if we look at that and we refresh the page and view the page, we're going to now have this. So we're going to be streaming from, and then it gives us this big mess here. And what the stream name essentially is going to look, when it gets decoded, it's going to look like GID, if I remember correctly, it's going to look something like GID note 123. Something along those lines is essentially what's happening. Now, it's using your signed secrets and stuff. That way, it's not directly, if I go in here and I edit this, this is not going to actually, this isn't going to be able to do things where distractions. This isn't gonna. You can't edit this as the front end user, because you don't have that signed secret key. So it won't actually generate. You'll end up generating garbage. But that's essentially what's going on there. All right. So this is now tied in to receive updates from over action cable using turbo streams, but that's not tied into anything. So if we go down to the note itself, this is where we can do some stuff to connect things together. So in here, if we want to do, we can do a, so when the note is updated, we want to broadcast an update to anyone who's listening. So that's going to be an after update that we're going to be hooking into. And let me look up the notes on this. So with this, we're going to do a after update commit callback. When that happens, it means it's been committed to the database and we're done. It's been validated, everything's good. So here we're going to do a broadcast replace 2. So we're going to be updating something. Well, what's the thing we're going to be updating? Well, we're going to be updating the note itself. So it's going to be, we're going to send self. This is what's going to be kind of looking for that note underscore 123. So with this, we then say what do we want to be hitting. So if we do the partial, and here we can say it's going to be notes / note share, because we want to do the share version of this. And for locals, we can just do note to self. And some of these things are optional. We can have to double check, but we can remove. But that's what we're doing here. So we're going to get note itself. So what we're doing, we're going to be rendering this partial, and let's actually see what's going on. So if I bring this up, refresh the page over here, bring up the inspector and network, that should give us what we're looking for. If I come here to go hello world and I change this to no exclamation mark, yay, it updates over here. Perfect. So what's actually happening? If we look at the cable, we can see that the identifier, the stream name is a big bunch of garbage, and the message is to do a replace action. And we're targeting ID note 185. And then we have the template that we're rendering inside of it, which just has all the content. So that's what's happening there. And if we look at the server, we can see on the server side that we're transmitting the TurboStream action replace down here. So that's good. Now, one thing is, I think you can do, this is going to be doing it inline. If we're doing a lot of updates, or maybe this is an expensive thing to render, that can cause some problems. So I think if we do broadcast later, what is it? Turbo broadcast later. Yeah, the broadcastable, that's what we're looking at. And it is broadcast replace later. Replace later. So if we do that, so if I come in here and update hello world exclamation mark, it still happens quickly. But if we look at what's going on here, we can see that there's an action broadcast job being created, and then it gets triggered. So if you do have a lot of jobs queued up, this could actually take a little bit, but it means that, so right now, if we had if that broadcast was a slow operation, we might hit save over here, wait for it, but now we're updated because we're going to be doing that synchronously. This lets us do it asynchronously, which is better for the experience for the user. The one thing that you can't do asynchronously is a delete. That's because when you do a delete, you're going to delete it from the database immediately and then run the job later, but it's already deleted. So deletes have to be synchronous. Everything else, your updates can be done asynchronously. For the updating shares, it doesn't make sense to do this on create because you're going to create the note and then you're going to share it and then you're going to update it down the road. So probably for the other thing that we would probably want to consider is, so one thing that this doesn't handle is doing automatic expires. So if I go in here and share and expire this, this is still up, and then I refresh and now it's no longer available. So there's something there that we might want to move that up to the, it might make sense to move that up to the activity level. That way all of that shared kind of the robust handling of those types of issues would be done at the activity level. So that's one thing to maybe consider. But let's just keep it a little bit on the short side. So with this, with 2 lines of code, we're now receiving those broadcasts. If we open this up a bunch of times, they're all gonna work as well. So if I grab that and open up another tab, and open up another tab, what's great is that all these things are just gonna, through the magic of sockets, if I come in here, that gets updated everywhere automatically. I think we're going to end it. So take care, and I'll see you next time.